government of India is doing. Government of India to know the real growth in the country, what they are doing, they are taking one particular year as a base year. They're taking one particular year as a base year. And then after that, when it comes to calculating the real growth in the country, they're multiplying the quantity of those 2 years with the price of that particular base year. So currently, government is following a base year of 2011-12. That is almost 13 to 14 years old. Okay. So now imagine if I need to know the growth in between these 2 years. So like currently 2023-24 is going on, as you know. So if the government wants to know that how much growth is happening in 2023-24, then what they will do, they will take the quantity of these years and they will multiply it with the base year prices. What they will do, they will multiply it with the base year prices. So they will take the quantity of the current year and they will multiply this quantity with the price of 11-12. And accordingly, so the point is what? Price is same for both the years and the quantities of current year. So whatever growth you people will be able to get here, that growth will be what? That growth will be real growth. And whatever GDP you will be able to calculate in this way by current year quantity and the base year price, that will be known as a real GDP of the country. Okay, that is the point we have. But sir, inflation also costs the input cost more, then why not to add it? See, Bhanu, we are adding it. And with the help of this, we are only able to get the actual worth of the country. Okay, see, what is the worth of the country currently? I am telling you that we are only concerned about one thing, and that is the actual growth. And that actual growth you will be able to know by making the price constant for both the year. Okay, now see, I'll tell you. One question that you people have been putting now here is what? Sir, why 11-12? Such an old year as a, base year. See, normally government of India is updating base year every 5th year. हर 5 साल में एक बार हम base year update करते हैं. So last time in 2014-15, government of India updated the base year and we have taken the base year of 2011-12. So what I'm saying, the base year is supposed to be updated every 5th year. Because if you take a year which is very old as a base year, then there is a lot of issues faced by the government for calculation. And that might also not show the real picture. Why? I'll tell you the example, don't worry about it. So as per the rule, in 2019-20, Government of India was supposed to change the base year. Okay, Government of India was supposed to change the base year and they need to take any nearby year as a base year. That means they need to update the base year in 2019-20. That was a rule that was supposed to be followed by the government. Now, what is the criteria? Why 5 years? Any reason, Patel Babu? 5 years because we normally have a delay in terms of collecting data. Okay. In terms of developed country, I'm telling you, every second year they're updating the base year. But as the government of India and our governments are being so good in terms of collecting data, they're being so fast that we are being able to get the actual number of GDP almost after a gap of 2-3 years. Getting? So as we are good, fast in calculation, that's why we have been taking 5 years. 5 years, to update the base year. Getting? So that is the reality. Fine. Now see, 2019-20 was the year when the government need to change the base year, and that base year might be 16-17 or 17-18 was the year that was supposed to be taken. Government of India didn't change the base year. Why? Because they said the criteria of choosing a base year is what? That year has to be a normal year. What is the meaning of a normal year? Normal year means that year has to be a, kind of okay. Okay means there should not be lot of increase or decrease in prices, because imagine we are taking one price of a commodity for the complete year. If you have lot of fluctuation in prices, then obviously you will not be able to take one particular price as a right price. You getting? If you have a lot of fluctuation, you will not be able to take a particular year as a price. So the year has to be kind of a more stable. There should not be a lot of up and down every month. Second thing that you need to keep in mind is what? In that particular year, we should not have any war. In that particular year, we should not have any big reforms in the country. So the year has to be a normal year. So when this question was asked to the government of India, sir, why you have not updated the base year in 1920? So government of India said a very simple thing. See, in this 16-17, we have done a disaster in the country. Obviously, they have not used this word disaster. That in this 16-17, we have done a big reform in our country to make the black money out. And with the help of such a beautiful measure, we have kicked all the black money out of our country. And that is what? Demonetization. So demonetization is something, which was a big change in the country. So that's why we are not being able to change. Okay. 17-18 was a year when the government of India introduced GST. So again, GST was a big reform in our country. So that's why we cannot take this year as a base year, because again, major reforms happened. And about 18-19, government of India said that we don't have the data. Okay, we don't have the data because it's just that year 1920, and I told you we have been getting the right data almost after a gap of 2-3 years. So government said, that we don't have the data for 18-19. So wait, have patience. Government said next year in 2021 we will change base year. Getting what I'm saying? Government said we will change base year in 2021. And now in 2021, when it comes to changing, because do remember, COVID came in March 2020. COVID came in March 2020, and budget for 2021 was given in the month of Feb 20. So that means when the budget was presented, there was no COVID. Okay. So government of India again didn't change the base year. So a lot of people again said, sir, why you are not changing base year? Because if you don't change the base year, then I'm telling you there is a lot of chance to do the manipulation in the GDP database. How you will get to know? And you will also agree with me, I'm telling you. In 2021, government of India said that 17-18 was the year when we introduced GST. 18-19 was the year when we had the shocks of GDP the country was facing. So for 19-20, we don't have the real data. So again, we don't have any normal year in the last 4-5 years. So we can't change. Uske baad aap jante hain, we have COVID. So that was the year of COVID. Then COVID was again in 21-22. And then 22-23, we don't have the real data. So the point is what? The government is not being able to change the base year. And still we are using that old year. So think about it. Think about it. Today, to know the growth in my country in 23-24, government of India is going to multiply the quantity of 23-24 with the price of 2011-12. And I'm telling you, you tell me, whatever things you people are being using today, quantity, whatever goods you people are being, using today, tell me, think about it. We have a lot of new things today around us, lot of new things in terms of goods and services which were not there in 2011-12. That means 11-12 was a year when there were a lot of things which were not available. And now in 23-24, a lot of new things are being provided. So how and on what basis the quantity produced in 23-24 produced is multiplied with the price of 11-12 even when that particular thing was not even thought of or even made of. As you know, can you think about it? Just give an example. Can you think about it? Today we have iPhone 15 in the market. And in 2011-12, we had something called what? iPhone 3G in the market. Okay? iPhone 3 was there in the market, 3 or 4 was in the market. Can you think of it? What could be the possible price of iPhone 15 which is being produced today and the price in 11-12? Are you getting? So the point is what? Today, outside the government, nobody can tell you or nobody can calculate the GDP number. Because it is the government who is calculating the GDP. It is the government who is thinking about the prices of the things produced today as per the prices in 11-12. Moreover, updation of base year, I would say, something which is necessary to be done very frequently.